The government has been acting as if it didn't know the kind of damage that a Cat 5 would have done. Why have we not seen immediate deployments of mass aid to the affected communities, along with things like immediate erection of warehouses to hold such aid, immediate erection of mass shelters and or evacuations? And then finally, why had we not seen an equivalent in-time response to Westmoreland as there was to St. Elizabeth, seeing that that was where the eye of the hurricane made landfall? So it was obvious that there would also have been catastrophic damage.
A Cat 5 is a different category of a hurricane. And the devastation was significant. And as we've seen with many disasters around the world, and we've been looking at disasters around the world, how quickly you get to mobilize. There is always that period of assessing what is happening and getting the aid in. Yesterday I saw Red Cross, I saw GEM, I saw the World Food Program out, and all of those are coordinated through the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. And so there is a lot more happening, and you hear about the helicopters dropping food. It is, after a hurricane like that, you have to assess and then re-establish new systems to get food out. And I think the team has been doing that. I know Minister Vaz can tell you more about what has happened. And in terms of Westmoreland, everybody is important and everybody is being focused on. The Prime Minister went out for 2 days straight and he went to all of the affected parishes.
You who asked a question, and I want to remind Jamaica, tomorrow will be 6 days because the hurricane hit on a Tuesday. So 6 days is where we are at now. And I can say to you that we have not only engaged the full private sector, and they are fully supported with their assets, with their money, and with their expertise, on top of which all of the international organizations and charities who have done this kind of thing all over the world are also at the table. We met for hours on Saturday, and they have done an assessment as to where we are and what we need to do. We cannot bypass the government systems and structures that are in place, but we can take advice and we can use them, and we are intending to do that. You will see a huge improvement this week, and you will see getting better every day going forward. This government is committed, this government is competent to deal with it, and we know our limitations as a government and of course a structure, and we will get the support internationally and from the private sector jointly to deal with this in a comprehensive way, that at the end of it, when we rebuild, we'll be rebuilding for the future and fixing a lot of what problems there were for the last 60 years.
All the municipal corporations meet with the ADPEM and the various agencies. There's a humanitarian committee of the National Disaster Council which meets almost every week. Relief items was placed in all parishes across Jamaica prior to the event. The parishes that are badly affected, all the facilities were destroyed during the hurricane. So it is not that the government did not. We have always placed relief items at strategic points across the country. Mount Pelier is a massive warehouse in Montego Bay, but access to the facility has been impeded because of the road conditions. And for a Category 1 or a Category 5 hurricane, nobody can. And I am saying without fear of contradiction that the government was prepared. We provide the necessary notice to the people. We say to the country that this thing is coming, take the necessary precautions. We could not control God's hand.
Was delivered to the West yesterday and should be up and running, if not tomorrow. Plus, we have several more that are coming. For water filtration plants, all of those are underway. We have, the world is helping us. every country across the world and organizations because they love Jamaica. So we have the support. What we need to do is just channel it and make sure that we maximize the efficiency of the implementation.
Despite pre-positioning thousands of packages across the country, particularly in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland and others, we couldn't do all because you have to contemplate the fact that as a Cat 5, it will actually affect your warehouse and your shelters, as it did for some of the things pre-positioned in Westmoreland, where it was so bad that we lost some of the items. So the reality is we have a very strategic approach, which includes working with our humanitarian assistance partners. We have 6 mobile storage units across the country now from the World Food Programme, another 8 on their way, which will make 14. The Food for the Poor also have massive containers that they are strategically positioning in close proximity to the areas that are greatly affected. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security and government are working also.
The first day or two of the hurricane, there was almost no access because of the significant down power lines, down trees, landslides, and so on. So within 2 days, 3 days, we were able to a great extent. By day 2, we had single lane access to the entrance of Westmoreland. By day 3 and 4, we had single lane access to Sav. By day 5, we had cut through, and now we have joined the 2 routes, Mobe to Sav, Black River to Sav, because we were coming from both sides. If you think of roads as main arteries, then the off-roads are tributaries. In order to start working on the off-roads, you have to clear the main artery. So as we cleared the main arteries, we started going up into the hills with smaller equipment, because in many cases, a lot of these roads are 8-foot roads. So I can't put a front-end loader. The other issue that we have faced in our recovery is the absence of skilled labor in many cases. So if somebody lost his house, he has no shelter, his family is at risk. Many of those persons are going to be very unwilling to leave their family to go on the road with a power saw to spend 8-9 hours cutting. So one of the challenges we've had is finding people in the various locations, because most of the work is chainsaw work. So while we may have a big heavy-duty equipment, we need a lot of men with cutlasses and we need a lot of men with chainsaws. And we've had to be importing men. So for example, because of the crisis in Trelawney in terms of access, the Forestry Department has found 8 sawmen that will be going into Trelawney tomorrow in 4 vehicles going to different parts to try and cut their way through some of the maroon communities. The other issue you have to think about with maroon communities is the issue of safety.